My Hero Macadamia has a ridiculously large cast of characters, consisting of Pro Heroes, UA staff, Class 1C, Class 1A, and during the Sports Festival arc we got our first glance of Class 1B, and I adore the designs for each class member. But sadly enough, 17 of them have relevance of 100 lunch rushes, backdrafts, and shadows combined, which really sucks because I want to know more about 1B. Yeah, I mean, Tetsu is great, and Monoma and Kendo are easily in my top 10 favorite characters, but I believe there's still so much more to discover about 1B, and one of the characters that really stood out to me in terms of design was Pony Tsunotori, and after I did some research on her, I was inspired to do this video, and start a series where I talk about characters and subjects that haven't had a YouTube video dedicated to them, from my knowledge at least. I can't watch every YouTube video. So, if this video will analyze everything we know about the character, and hopefully make you more curious and excited to see Class 1B in action like I am. So without further ado, let's get started. Also, this video obviously contains spoilers for all of the anime and some minor manga spoilers. Tsunotori's English name is Pony Tsunotori, and is the only member of Class 1B to not have a hero name. Frickin' Fukudashi got a hero name, but not Tsunotori, and that somehow makes me pissed. Tsunotori's Japanese name translates to Pony Horn, in Google Translate at least, and her name contains the kanji for horn and take. The horn part of her name is obviously a reference to her Quirk horn cannon and her generally horse-like appearance, while the take part of her name doesn't have any origin from what I know of. Okay, most videos like this end with a lightning round, but some of these facts will be important later in the video, so I may as well start with them. Tsunotori was raised in America before being moved to Japan, likely because Pony or her parents heard about UA, or her family needed to move to Japan for work. Her birthday is April 21st, making her the second oldest first year at UA, Bakugo just being a day older than her. This likely isn't something she's used to, since in America, she was very likely one of the younger students in her grade, since American schools start in September, while Japanese schools, at least the one in MHA, start in April. Tsunotori is 16 years old during the first time we see her, and remains that age in the current arcs of both the anime and the manga. Her blood type is O, making it so she'd be affected by Stain's quirk for 2 minutes. Her first appearance was in chapter 26 of the manga, and episode 15 of the anime. Tsunotori's favorite thing is anime, which is likely a reference to weeaboos, who, if you didn't know, are non-Japanese people who are obsessed with Japanese culture. Or she just casually watches anime, even though I feel like Horikoshi would have far more fun having a weeaboo moving to Japan rather than just a casual anime fan. But anime isn't the only genre of TV she enjoys. Horikoshi also stated that she's a fan of cartoons as well. Following up with her favorite things, Tsunotori's favorite food is apples, which is a trait she shares with the other animal-like hero in training, Tokoyami. This is probably her favorite food due to her horse-like qualities, even though I feel like Horikoshi could have doubled down on the American aspect of her character and made her favorite food burgers. But apples work too. Finally, Tsunotori is one of the 2 students confirmed to be a foreigner at UA, the other being Rin from 1B. So that's the lightning round, and let's get right on to her appearance. Tsunotori is only 155 centimeters, or 5 feet 1 inches, making her the 3rd smallest student in Class 1B, only being taller than Shota and Fukudashi, who does not have a set height due to his form-changing speech bubble. Tsunotori has a more rounded face compared to her classmates and has a short muzzle, which are both very likely side effects of her quirk, others being her horns, her rounded calves, a short horse tail, and hooves for feet, making it so she has to wear special boots instead of tennis shoes, sandals, or flip-flops. Tsunotori has incredibly long, wavy blonde hair, short bangs, and blue eyes. Tsunotori has a horse-themed hero costume with a horse halter around her head and a jockey-like uniform consisting of a skin-tight orange and pale suit, orange and pale shirt and skirt with pale pants and fingerless gloves. Her costume also has belts around her collarbone, biceps, and torso, and has a special boots since her feet are hooves. In the anime, we see Kamakiri riding Tsunotori like a horse, so her costume may include a saddle in the future. So now we'll be talking about her personality. Tsunotori is a timid but overly cheerful girl who, since she doesn't have much knowledge of the Japanese language, has trouble making friends and is taken advantage of by Monoma, who uses her to insult Class 1A without her realizing. She's naive and innocent, which are solid personality traits, apart from the fact that Monoma exists. She is very thoughtful and diligent and helped her team not get completely destroyed by Class 1A because of her strong strategy and perseverance skills. She's very intelligent and uses the fact that she's underestimated by basically everyone and the viewers to her advantage. She's highly observant and careful, although just like Ozui, she says something unkind or hurtful without her realizing it at first, like the time she called Shoji an octopus and someone she does not like looking at. Which honestly makes sense, since he's the tentacle hentai person. But best of all, Tsunotori gets angry. When Tsunotori gets angry, she speaks in her native language, English, which in my opinion is hilarious. I do have one big question though: how will the English dub of the anime handle this? I'm assuming we're just gonna make it the same, but remove the other characters commenting on her suddenly changing language. But no matter what they do, I hope we're able to make a gag out of it. So before we talk about Tsunotori's quirk, we're going to talk about her overall ability. She's one of the fastest students in 1B, with great reflexes, high stamina, and decent power. She's able to dodge fast and frequent attacks to making her a strong opponent. Tsunotori can also speak both English and Japanese relatively fluently. She also shows great strategy skills and was able to think of every possible way to fight Class 1A in battle, and what she thought of was running away and fighting from a distance, which was really her only option against some of the stronger classmates battle-wise. So now that we got her overall abilities out of the way, now let's get into her quirk. Tsunotori's quirk is Horn Cannon, which I originally thought just gave her horns during this Forts Festival arc. Since I actually had to research what her quirk does, since I haven't caught up with manga yet. So if you're someone like me, then Tsunotori's quirk allows her to send her horns flying and control them at will. However, she only has complete control over 4 of the horns she releases. Is one really cool thing is that Tsunotori can do with her quirk is put 2 of the horns on her feet, making it so she can kind of fly in a way. Tsunotori has 2 super moves, the first of which being Horn Dash Hammer, where she launches one of her allies at an opponent using her horns. The move is most often used for sneak attacks or when paired with an offensive partner, from what I can tell at least. Her ultimate move is Thunder Horn, where she launches a barrage of horns towards her target while leaving 4 controllable horns flying in standby for support and sneak attacks. Overall, Horn Cannon is a very interesting quirk, and I can't wait to see more strategies used with it. Also, post making the script, her quirk is also a emitter and works at long range. I forgot to add that because I couldn't find a good place to add it. Anyways. Both of these sections are really short, but not short enough for the lightning round section. So before we cover them we'll just cover them here. In terms of achievements, Tsunotori was able to place 37th in the obstacle race and tied against Class 1A in the joint training battle. Not bad for a 1B student. In terms of relationships, we know she gets bullied by Monoma, which is honestly not a surprise since Monoma is an asshole to everybody but the people who agrees with him. And that Tsunotori doesn't like Shoji because he reminds her of octopuses, which she's probably scared of to some degree or just finds him disgusting. So, you just wasted everyone's time on this weird video dedicated to a character we barely know about. Oh, I thought you weren't gonna be in this video, Dark Shadow, since it's so different. But I will also respond to your criticism. Yes, this video is weird, even though I haven't seen anybody talk about this character in a dedicated video yet, which sucks. And I made this video so people will actually start talking about her more on YouTube. So, you have anything more to say, Dark Shadow? Okay, yeah, I give up. But if you have a criticism better than mine, then I'd highly encourage you to type it down in the comments, unless you want Retro to kill himself, because I'd die too. So what do you think about Pony Tsunotori? Personally, she's became one of my favorite characters, but I want to see what you think of this subject and the video's overall quality. Yeah, I highly encourage you to share any thoughts you have in the comments section, since I'd love to have discussion with my viewers. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. So I know I said that I'd be uploading monthly, but I'll still be experimenting with the whole schedule thing, and I think that every other week would make a far better schedule. Also, I'm sorry I didn't get to the streaming idea. I just didn't think it'd be a good idea to do with the scheduling and my life outside of YouTube. So that's all I have, and goodbye, my fellow peasants.